Hello guys and welcome. It's Derek Tafuma here from DerekTafuma.com. I'm going to do a screencast in which I'm going to talk about the book that I released yesterday on the 31st of August 2017. It's entitled How I Use Social Media to Tell Stories. Now the book is available on Amazon together with my other books. So I've got the Kindle edition and the paperback, and that's what the front cover looks like. This is what the cover looks like. So how did it get here? And that's the thing I want to explain, just so that you understand how I've gone through the process of bringing the book here. So before the book could appear on Amazon, I had to publish it, self-publish, with the Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. So the book is now here, How I Use Social Media to Tell Stories. And basically you go through this website and you're able to publish yourself basically without the need of a middleman. All you need is a few computer skills and you're able to do that. But before I could bring the book to into the Kindle Direct Publishing platform, which is this here, before I could do that, I had to import it, or I had to write it first of all, and I was using my Evernote account to write the book. So there is the introduction. Last month, July 2017, blah blah blah. So this is the introduction, but if you look at the bottom here, I've got some posts which come up as content. So what Evernote does is to generate these articles which are from TechCrunch, Wall Street Journal, and other websites associated with them or who are working with Evernote. They generate their content here. For example, Sick of SoundCloud. That's because I've mentioned SoundCloud along here. Sick of SoundCloud. Anchor offers podcast, blah blah. So it's talking about Anchor because I've actually talked about Anchor right here and SoundCloud, as you can see. So it's generated as something to do with Anchor and podcasts. Supposedly they are competitors. And then Podcast Network, Gimlet Media scores $15 million. All 50 started from Y Combinator. Blueberry podcast statistics. So this is something that I've actually written. That's another note. So these are the notes that I've written that have the same keywords as some of the stuff I've mentioned here. So they're going to appear. So this was just the introduction. And when they do appear, just to add, they help if I want to, for example, I want to use the content as some kind of reference or just to get to speed with what's actually happening with the stuff that I'm writing about. Those things are just coming straight from my head. These are things that I've learned over the years. So when I write, I'm just writing without researching because I think everything is in my head. Everything that's in my head, I need to let it out first. And then I can use the extra stuff just to get some kind of relevance in terms of how recent some of this stuff is. Okay, then that was chapter 1. And that was chapter 2, chapter 3. So you can see all the way up to chapter 21. And then the conclusion comes here. And I've got my website link right at the end. So I then took all of these, or as I was writing all of these, I was also importing them. And before I actually imported them, I was putting them through Grammarly. to check for grammatical errors and stuff like that. So here is chapter 10 on Anchor, and as you can see, it's got 3 errors. States there's a comma there. I've actually been changing Anchor.fm, putting the www at the start, and then I can ignore that FM. It's not recognizing it as a website yet. And then it's saying there's a problem with the sentence fragment, but I'm not going to try and correct that right now. So I just wanted to show where I do all my corrections. So all of the articles are here. There is chapter 10, there is chapter 22, the conclusion, and there is checking. For 100, you're the brand. Blog is confused, but I need to add that blog. Or I can just change it to video blog. I've been doing that for some of my writings. I've been changing the vlog to video blog. So that's something the software understands. And that's supposed to be told. Okay, so after doing this, I then export them to this app, the iBooks Author. So I've shown you the Evernote app, which is the first place where I do the writing, then the Grammarly app, which is here, which is where I do the corrections, but I can also use Scrivener, IA Writer, or Lisa. I can use any of that. Then I bring them into iBooks Author. So in iBooks Author, that is the front page, how I use social media to tell stories. And then the table of contents is right there. Okay, up to chapter 22. I need to change this one here. Chapter is the 20. I need to correct this one. It's coming up with a small letter. Just right click here and rename it and call it Facebook capital. Facebook page and group. That's fine. So that's sorted. So now it should come up like that with a capital. Okay. And then chapter 21. You can see I put a picture there. And then there's the WhatsApp, Snapchat. So when it comes to these, if I click on WhatsApp, for example, here, I can change it to a chapter, or I can back to just a heading. Okay. In fact, I can make it a chapter section, a section, table body, a title. Okay, so there's so many things I can do. And then if I hit preview, it actually gives me an idea of what it's going to look like. And I'm going to explain the reason why for next time. I'm going to use another application instead of iBooks. I think iBooks is suited if I'm going to publish on the iBook store, but if I'm publishing on Amazon, it'll be better to use another app, which I'm going to talk about. So here we go. So this, well, I'm not going to sign in right now. So here we go. There is the book. That's the preview of the book. That's the conclusion. The conclusion of the book. We can go to and view all the chapters. This is how they're going to appear. Okay. That's if I was to if I was to publish the book on the iBook store, that's what that would look like. So what I needed to do was to convert this here book into a different format, and that different format is what I then export into the Kindle publishing direct publishing platform. Okay, so the other app which I was gonna use, the Kindle Create, relatively new, but the Kindle Create looks like this. So I've just imported all of this book into the Kindle Create, and it's just one page, as you can see, because I haven't done anything to it yet. But if I decide that, okay, so I've called it August How to Tell Stories. Let me say how I use social media to tell stories. So I'm gonna get rid of this here. Okay, so this is going to be the title of my, so I'm gonna click on here and say that's the title. Okay, so now it's been changed into a book title. I can do other stuff like change the font and all that, but for now I just want to show you a few things that you can do. And then this is the introductory chapter, so I'm going to call that the chapter title. So this is no longer a book title, that's a chapter title. So what it does is it leaves the book title, makes it a page, and then that becomes a book title. And then I'm gonna put another book title here, and in fact a chapter title, so that's another chapter. And then I'm gonna talk about document, which is chapter subtitle. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go down. Storytelling is another chapter subtitle. I'm gonna click there, and this is chapter 2 actually. So I'm gonna call that a chapter. The title, the hardware, the software. As you can see, all the chapters are being separated into the pages right there. So I could go to this one. If I find any of these, like this number 3 here, I know 3 is a chapter, so I'm going to click chapter, and then I'm going to move and look for number 4, which is this. So that's another chapter. It's another chapter title. Click on that, and then I'm going to look for chapter 5. Chapter 5. So there's chapter 6. I can still do chapter 6. Okay. And I can go back and look for chapter 5. Yes, there's chapter 5. There's chapter 5. There we go. So now I've got the hardware. It's chapter 2. So I'll put a 2 there. Process of writing. 2 is that, so that must be 1. And then for the introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, 5, chapter 6. Okay, so we've got chapter 6. We need to look for chapter 7. Okay, I found chapter 9. Make that a chapter title. Okay, and we go back and look for 8. There's 8. Then we should be able to find 7. It's just in 7. There is 7 down here. Make that a chapter. Okay, so you can see that the book is being separated into chapters. We go to the last chapter, which is 9, and we look for 10. Look for 10. There is 10. Repeat it again. I'll find it. Okay, there's 11. Go find 10. That's 11. Make that a chapter. 11. So 10 must be somewhere here. There is 10. There is 10. Getting a bit slow now. Okay, so anyway, we can have a look at the preview, what it's going to look like. It's got up to chapter 21, so it's something I'm going to carry on. So that's chapter 10. That was the last one we looked at. And there is chapter 9. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for now. So that's how, so this is the platform that I'm going to use for my next book, because it's Kindle, so definitely it's going to be easier to export into the Kindle Direct publishing platform than importing it or exporting it from the iBooks author. Okay, so guys, this is how you go about writing a book. Very simple. If you want to self-publish, first of all, you have to start by writing the book. You can use a platform such as Evernote, or you can use Bear, you can use Ulysses, you can use IA Writer, or you can use Scrivener, and then you can use the Grammarly app for correcting. After you've used the Grammarly app, you can then go ahead and either use iBooks Author if you're going to publish on the iBook store, or you can use the Kindle Create if you're going to publish on the Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. And then if you want to talk about the book that you've just written, you can use ScreenFlow over here to make a screencast like I've just made. So this is the Evernote, and then you can finally get your book published, and it's going to appear on Amazon if you've published it on Amazon through the Kindle Direct platform. It's going to appear, and you can then just share it on social media, or you can pin this on Pinterest, you can tweet, you can Facebook it. Okay, so thank you for listening. I've already started writing the book I'm going to release in September, so I'm going to use the Kindle Create application this time, and I'll let you know how that goes when I've finished doing that. Thank you for listening.